Good morning, fellow people. Good morning. Today is Tuesday, December 5th, 2023. Multitasking here, making my coffee. It's going to be a really busy day. Leaving at 7 for Las Vegas, lost wages. So got a bunch of stuff to do. Our normal meeting is going to be held at 6:30 with our people. So good morning, Whatabebby, stars, brightness, Astra, etc., etc. Okay, so 46 seconds in, and this is a welcome to our daily podcast, which is designed to help you, especially if you're a non-believer and you're not successful in life, you're not satisfied, you're not happy with your bank account, etc. You don't have insurance, you don't have savings accounts, you don't have a financial plan, etc. Especially for you. So especially for you, but all are welcome. You can have the Josies of the world. It's interesting. Some of the most successful people are the most positive, most encouraging, let's say that, supportive. Or those who don't have are the most critical. Or that the Matthew something, to those who have more will be given, to those who have not, all will be taken, sort of that sort of thing. But anyway, here we are, we few, we happy few, we band of brothers. For he who sheds his blood with me this day shall be my brother, etc. Okay, once again, here we are, our 5-part podcast, but it's really 2 plus 3. So it's our 2 plus 3 equals 5-part podcast. 2 parts live, 3 parts not live. The not live are the attitude of gratitude, review of yesterday, project and plan the day, see the day, project the day, and then go do it. Those happen on your own after the podcast is over. We're just going to dedicate 10 minutes, sort of, not really, we're going to dedicate about 10 minutes to 2 parts. One is the breathing. Yes, that's with a breathing, thing, not ding, not ding, thing, breathing. Say it with me, breathing, not ding. Good. Okay. Great. Boom. So our breathing and then our planning for today. Because if we fail to plan, we plan to fail. Our goal is simple. We plan our work and we work our plan. That's it. Boom. Getting from point A to point B, from point A to point B, a staircase. It's more like an escalator that we're going up and down escalator. You have to keep moving forward. You have to keep moving forward. Do that and you'll be okay. Just a little incremental forward momentum every day. Next. What's next? Okay. Breathing. All right, so we're going to start with an exhale, get all of the air out of our lungs, and a double inhale. So it looks like this. Deep cleansing yoga breath. Okay, cool. Boom. Good. That part's over. 1 down. 3 things to do today. Part 1 of our motivational podcast. Part 2. Okay, so that's done. Down, done. Now we go to planning. Okay, so down in the cut. Down in the description or instructions down below, it tells how to do this, the other parts of the podcast. The attitude of gratitude, the review of yesterday, and the projection. Those are in the notes down below. So we're going to focus now on step number 4, which is planning. Planning today. How do we plan? And I'm going to say, first of all, the theme for today is the employer-employee relationship. We're going to focus on that. We've got a little sub-focus, practice virtue. Remember, the obstacle is the way. Let's get some starting points. Starting points of our plan. It's simple. Want to move forward in life? It's simple. Say and believe. Program your RAS. That comes next week, day 3. Program your RAS. Something great is going to happen to me today. Something great is going to happen to me today. Next, always look on the bright side. Always look on the bright side. Okay, you can practice that song. I say, click on the link in the worksheet. The link to the worksheet is down below. Next, plan for today, seek discomfort. Seek discomfort. Don't seek comfort. Let everyone else seek comfort. Now I know why I like a straw. Okay, and finally, advice from an 80-year-old. If in a fight, hit first and hit hard. Great. Okay, 3 simple. Let's make sure to write down our 3 simple goals for today. And we should have our 6 important things to get done today. This is in our 4-week course. This is week 1, day 2. The TED Talk video down below, very good, very important one, happens to be Jordan Peterson talking about the importance of IQ. Importance of IQ. So let me spend a minute or so talking about that, the importance of IQ. So it turns out, this is kind of obvious, intuitive if you think about it, turns out that every job has an IQ range. There's a high and a low. Your IQ has to be at least here, but if it's above this, it doesn't really work. Yes, you can do the job, but it's not sustainable. So every job has an IQ range. Your IQ, it turns out, just fast forwarding, should be at the at the 25th percentile, not in the top 25. Well, in the top 25, but closer to the 25, maybe just below, just above, right around the top 25. Why? Well, if this is the IQ, this is the minimum IQ, and your IQ is here, that means you can barely do the job. You can barely do the job. You come home, maybe frustrated, tired, depending upon your mindset. It's a hard job for you. But as important, the other employees might tend to think of you as the moron. Now, if you're young, if you're 18, it's, yeah, he's an idiot, he's a moron, but he's learning. Okay. If you're 35 years old and you can barely do the job, you're a loser. So it's not good to be down here because your coworkers will think you're an idiot. They might give you a slack if you're young, but if you're not young, they're not going to give you slack. And so, A, you're going to come home, the job is going to be hard, and you're not really going to like your coworkers. Third, the employer is not going to be thinking of you as a productive employee. And they're going to be wondering, how long is this person going to last? How long am I going to keep them? So now, on the other hand, if your IQ is up here, the job is still challenging, still interesting enough for you, because if it gets too high, the job is boring. But if it's right near if it's at 25%, the job is interesting. Your coworkers think of you as a capable person, and your employer might think of you as that guy. That's the guy I call on when I need something. That's the guy I'm going to promote. Okay, now, interestingly, just side note, if your IQ is above the range, what will happen is You're going to be enthusiastic, but you're going to see ways to change the job to make it better. And then what's going to happen when you tell your boss? Probably the boss is going to urinate on your ideas because they didn't hire you to change their business. They didn't hire you to run their business. They hired you to do a job to make them money. So your boss is going to urinate on all of your good ideas. Then you're going to get frustrated, say this job sucks, and it's not going to be sustainable. All right, so that's Jordan Peterson. Now that bleeds or leads into our theme for today, which is the employer-employee together. If you are an employee, here's how you should think about it. I'm an employee. My job is to make my boss's life easier. That's it. I'm here to make my boss's life easier. Whatever he wants me to do, I do. I'm here to make his life easier. Now, what happens if you make your boss's life easier? Well, he's going to tend, if he's a good person, to want to reciprocate. Let's say that word together. Reciprocate. Key word to life as a human in the United States. He or she are going to want to reciprocate. Do something good for you. So if your attitude at work is, how can I help? How can I make your life better? Good things will happen to you. And I think there's a statistic from Jordan Peterson, not in today's video, but a statistic from Jordan Peterson that says if you show up to work 13% earlier, you will get paid 40% more. Why? Because you're the guy that's always going to be picked when something good happens. Okay, quite simple. So most people, especially people coming out of prison, because they have been ingrained to do this, their behavior has been modified during prison. You play by prison rules. They don't step out of the prison rules into real life rules. But most people have an attitude regarding work of, what can I get you to do for me? What can I get you to do for me? Can I get you to give me a longer break? Can I get you to give me a change of hours? Can I get you to get me to do this? Can I get you to let me do the job I want? Can you get me to not follow your rules, but to follow my rules? Can I get you to do that for me? And of course, many bosses will, because they think if they do something for you, you will reciprocate. Okay, so we've got that going for us. Next. So the employer-employee relationship. The employee says, I want to make my boss's life easier. And the employer, though, says, my job is to make my employee's life better. The employer has a duty to make the employee's life better. How does he do that? Basically two ways. One is money pays him. That makes your life better, because when you have money, you can make your life easier, right? And the second way is training, increasing your market skills, your market value, so that you continue to learn new things, so you have more value, and thus you can earn more money, because they're not going to pay you more just because you show up. You might get a raise, a cost of living raise, but that means you're not going anywhere. You're in the same place. In order to move up in pay, you have to do more. In order to do more, you have to produce more. So either you have to learn, or your employer gives you the opportunity to learn. So that's it. That's the employer. That's the social contract that's not in writing. It's the implied covenant of good faith and fair dealing between employer and employee. The employer has a duty to make the employee's life better, not to squeeze, pull, crush, pound out of the employee everything they can. Their job is to make the employee's life better. And in return, the employee needs to make the employer's life easier. And the biggest way to do that is just do what they tell you to do. Just do what they tell you to do. If they tell you to be here at 8, be there at 8. If they say, no, we need you to punch in at 8, punch in at 8. So that means you need to be there a little bit earlier. Just do what they tell you to do. If they say this is how we want you to load the cooler, load the cooler that way. Do what they tell you to do. And if you can find a way to be more efficient at it, great. Share it with the employer. Okay, so that's it for that. We're at 15 minutes. A lot of stuff to do today. Do we have any other things in here? Seth Godin, really good one if you're in the marketing business. If you're on the marketing side of the house. So again, all employees do one of two things. You're either there to make them money or save them money. If you're in marketing, your job is to make them money. If you're in marketing, Seth Godin lays it out beautifully today in his talk. There's a link down below it's in the worksheet actually. So without any other ado, Adele, Dufall, what? Okay, without any further ado, let us say Shivas and Shalom. A little bit of scotch and peace be with you. And with that, I'm going to say and cut. What a bevy. I will call you at the usual time. Well, I'll call you at 7. All right. And cut. Boom.